In the bustling city of Oku, life moved fast, and the streets were always alive with chatter, music, and the smell of grilled meat. But for Mama Efe, life felt slow and heavy. She was a large woman, round and soft in all the places she wished she wasn't. Every day, she looked in the mirror inside. She had tried everything: diets, exercise, slimming teas, pills that promised the world. But nothing worked. She counted calories, joined gyms, even skipped meals. Nothing changed. But Mama Efe had never truly been patient. She had spent years chasing quick fixes, desperate for transformation that could happen overnight. Every new pill, every trendy diet, every exhausting workout promised immediate results, and she clung to them with hope. When the changes did not come, her frustration grew, and she moved on to the next miracle, convinced that the problem was never her own persistence, but the method itself. She wanted to see instant results, to wake up one morning and find herself lighter, slimmer, and admired by everyone. But life, she began to realize, had its own pace, and no potion, pill, or spell could bend it to her will. Her friends tried to encourage her. Efe, you are beautiful, they'd say. Confidence is everything. But Mama Efe knew it was not enough. She wanted to feel light, graceful, to walk past people without their stares weighing her down. She wanted to feel into the world the way she dreamed of, and every failed attempt only made her desperation grow. She could hear the whispers and sneakers behind her back. People would laugh when they thought she was not looking, their eyes following her as if she did not belong. Each giggle, each side glance made her feel smaller, heavier, and more desperate to change. One morning, while rushing to work past the busy streets of Oku, she noticed something that made her stop dead in her tracks. A huge billboard had been set up across the avenue. It showed a smiling man in traditional robes, holding a small vial, and bold letters proclaimed, "Lose weight fast, Witchdoctor solutions that work." Mama Efe blinked. Could this be it? Could this finally be the answer she had been searching for all her life? Her heartbeat quickened. The advertisement promised miracles in weeks, and it even had a phone number at the bottom. Without thinking twice, she wrote it down. That evening, she called, and a smooth, deep voice answered. "Good evening," the man said. "You want to lose weight, yes?" "Yes," Mama Efe whispered, almost embarrassed to say it loud. "I have tried everything." "Do not worry," the voice said calmly. "I can help. Come see me tomorrow and bring money for the treatment, and your life will never be the same." Mama Efe's mind raced. Money was tight, but what was her health, her happiness, worth? She scrapped together her savings and arrived the next day at the small dusty building tucked in a quiet alley. Inside, the air smelled of smoke and herbs. Bottles lined the walls, filled with strange powders, liquids, and dried roots. At the center, sitting on a wooden stool, was the man from the billboard. He looked older than he claimed on the ad, with eyes that seemed to see much and a smile that didn't quite reach them. "You ready?" he asked. "Yes," Mama Efe said. "Good. Give me the money." She handed him the cash, a wad of notes she had painstakingly saved for weeks. His hands were rough but steady as he took it. He then handed her a small bottle filled with a dark liquid. "Drink this once every morning," he instructed. "By the end of the week, you will notice changes. Your body will begin to transform." Mama Efe's heart pounded. She held the bottle like it was a treasure. That night, she drank it. The next morning, she felt something different. Her stomach churned. By mid-morning, she was running to the bathroom again and again. A fire burned inside her gut, and nothing seemed to help. She ran home, drenched in sweat, and collapsed onto the sofa. Maybe it's working, she whispered to herself, trying to convince her heart that this was progress. But it was not progress, it was pain. Days turned into a week. The liquid brought nothing but stomach pains, cramps, and constant trips to the bathroom. Her friends started to notice. She looked sickly, not lighter. Efe, what is wrong? They asked. I'm taking something to lose weight, she admitted, her voice trembling as tears welled in her eyes. I thought this would finally help me. I have tried everything else, pills, diets, exercise, but nothing worked. I wanted to change, to feel lighter, to feel like myself. But instead, all it has done is make me sick. I don't know what to do anymore. But Mama Efe did not have the courage to say the truth. The witch doctor had tricked her. She returned to the alley, hoping to confront him, but the building was gone. The alley was empty, no sign of him. It was as if he had vanished into thin air. Her heart sank. The money she had worked so hard for was gone, and she felt humiliated, betrayed, and weaker than ever. Mama Efe spent that night crying, her stomach still sore from the harsh liquid she had been forced to drink. She curled up on her bed, hugging her knees, feeling the weight of humiliation and disappointment pressing down on her chest. Every pang in her stomach seemed to echo the hopelessness she felt inside, and tears ran freely down her cheeks. She thought of all the money she had spent, all the hope she had placed in the witch doctor, and the bitter truth that she had been deceived. For the first time in a long time, she felt utterly powerless, trapped between her longing for change and the cruel reality that she had been tricked. And for the first time, she realized something important. She had been so desperate to change her body that she ignored her worth. She had chased a quick fix, something magical, instead of focusing on herself, her health, and her happiness. The next day, she decided she would not let this defeat her. She returned to her old gym, joined a healthy cooking class, and started walking in the evenings. Slowly at first, she learned to enjoy the movement, the way her body felt when it stretched and strengthened. She learned to eat foods that nourished her rather than starved her. And most importantly, she remained consistent and learned to love herself, regardless of the number on the scale. Months passed. Mama Efe did not transform overnight, but the change was real. She became stronger, fitter, and more confident. People started to notice not just her appearance, but her energy, her laughter, her spirit. She walked with her head held high, not because the world had approved her, but because she had approved herself. One afternoon, as she walked past the busy streets of Oku, she saw another billboard. Another witch doctor promising miracles. She smiled and kept walking, feeling lighter than she ever had, inside and out. Mama Efe realized the truth. There are no shortcuts. There are no magic potions. The real power lies in patience, self-care, and believing in your own strength. Her story became known in the neighborhood. People admired her honesty, her courage. She started sharing her journey, warning others about the false promises of quick fixes and encouraging them to embrace real health change. I lost nothing but my fear and my excuses, she would say, and that was enough to make me rise. By the end of the year, Mama Efe was unrecognizable, not because she had been made thinner by a potion, but because she had transformed from the inside out. Her friends, neighbors, and even strangers looked at her differently. But she did not care. She had finally found what she had been searching for all along, herself. And in the quiet moments, when she walked past the same alley where the witch doctor had disappeared, she would laugh. Not at him, but at the lesson he had unknowingly taught her. Sometimes, the magic we seek is already inside us. Thank you so much for watching. Please support this channel by hitting the like, share, and subscribe button.